This conference will now be recorded.
So that's all about me. This is Narendra. I am staying in Hyderabad.
Okay, great, Narendra. Good to know that you have huge experience. Yeah, that will help all of us together. So, Narendra, out of these 15 years, you're working in FICO or MM module or
No, I'm in the FICO PS, but MM I didn't work much. But
mhm.
somehow I need to work on the VIM now.
Okay. Have you already worked on them, or is it something new you are starting?
Uh, I need to work on the VIM now.
Okay, now it is something new which you are starting with VIM.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for that introduction. Yep, next.
Uh, Hi, this is Deva. I'm working as a SAP ABAP consultant. I have 3.5
Okay.
years of experience as a SAP ABAP consultant. Then
Sorry,
I
I didn't
have
get it.
experience. I have 3.5 years experience as a SAP ABAP consultant.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
I also worked in the open text VIM sales order creation
Okay,
O2C. Now
okay,
I need to learn this P2P. So
okay.
I'm familiar with Beyond Vim solutions,
Mm.
but Vim solution I need to learn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
this is about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Deva. Hi, Vengal. I hope I'm addressing you correctly. So we were just having a quick round of introduction. Deva was introducing himself.
Hi, Ramesh. This is Bengal. So I'm working as a SAP end user on accounts payable.
Mhm.
So I'm just trying to learn Vim. Uh,
Okay.
SAP.
Good to know, Vengal. So, like, you want to learn VIM configuration also, are you looking forward to go into implementation part of VIM, or how is it? As since you're an end user, just wanted to understand so that I can consider like those things accordingly.
It depends on the project, right? Whatever we get. So do we have
Hmm.
that option also? Whether we'll go to supporting and client implementation?
No, I didn't get you. Sorry.
No. I'm looking for implementation support, whatever it may be, but I want to switch to IT.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to understand. Like from an end user, you're coming to configurations. That's where, say,
Yes.
understanding the background helps me to go to the depth which is required for understanding, like making the concepts understand.
Okay, because I have idea on FI also. So,
Okay.
mm,
Okay. Thanks, Bengal. That helps.
okay.
Yes. Ravi Shankar and Manikantan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hi everyone. Hi Sachin. So, yeah, myself Ravi. Like I have 8 years experience in FI. So I'm working as an FI consultant.
Mhm.
So yeah, looking forward to learn Vim. The yeah, I'm
Okay.
based out
Good.
of Hyderabad.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. So Ravi, is it just out of curiosity you are willing to learn VIM, or are you having any assignment or project coming up, something like that?
Actually, project expected. So I want to be learn little bit early so that at least I will understand. Yeah, better.
Yes. Very good move. Very good move. So you want to be ready once the project is in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also looking for some opportunities. So hope Vim would
Yeah.
be the
No.
next
Once you
upcoming
have,
model.
yeah, right place. I would say it's one of the niche area, and once you have this in your profile, obviously you'll get better opportunities. Yep. Thanks, Ravi. Manikant.
Yeah, hi Sachin. See, actually, I'm new to this SAP and VIM concept. Okay, so I
Okay.
have total 8 years of experience into finance and accounts. So, like, I worked for P2P and R2R as an end user.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
So
so
you are aware about
I would like
SAP
to
and
start my
SAP.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm aware of
Okay.
SAP and all, right? So one of my friend is working for VIM, so he suggested me to. It's a good career. We can start. So he shared me the link to just join for demo and all. Okay.
Okay. Okay. No worries. No
So
worries.
I'm very
Absolutely
much
fine.
interested to start career in VIM. So right now
Yes.
I'm a
Yes.
team
Yes.
lead for
Sure.
P2P process actually. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So you
just
are a team
wanted to
lead for
come
P2P
from
process.
yes,
Okay.
P2P process.
From the business point of view, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great.
So I thought it is a
Yes.
better
Thank.
time to move to from IT, non-IT to IT kind of thing.
And then, yep.
Is
Like
that yeah?
it's like whenever you will, you can change the stream. That's not a challenge. And having Vim in your profile will always help.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
This is about yeah.
Thanks,
Thanks, Sachin.
Manikanta, and thanks everyone
Yeah.
for your quick introduction. Now I'll go with my introduction. So my name is Sachin. I am working in one of the IT organization, and I take these classes as one of my hobby, basically. Uh, I am having an experience of 17 years, almost 18 years in SAP, SAP FSU, and I'm working with Vim almost around 8 9 years now. Uh, Okay, Vim is one of my favorite area, or you can say I'm in love with this tool. So that is the reason I'm taking these classes. So that's about me. Do you have any questions on this part?
Uh, yes, Sachin. So if we are okay with this, the classes will start on the weekend or daily batch.
The plan is to have the classes on Monday to Friday.
Okay.
Since we
Uh,
most of us, I hope like most of us or all of us are working from Monday to Friday and weekends are off for everyone. So we like the plan is to keep the same schedule so that we can plan something for weekends.
okay. So if everything works, will it be in the morning hours or evening hours?
The timing would be we can think over it like we have two slots available. One is in the morning, one is in the late evening. So either it would be 8:30 a.m. in the morning or 9:30 p.m. in the evening.
Okay, 9:30 in the sense. Okay, you are talking. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Because
and I'm
why,
talking about.
yeah, why
I
I'm
hope
asking is,
everyone is.
mm. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, no worries. So basically, I hope everyone is from India. I'm talking about these times which I have shared are from India times. Okay, IST.
Right. Actually, this weekend I am traveling. I might be returning from the after 2 3 months only. So that's the reason I was asking. So it's okay for any timing is okay for me. I think I can manage all those things, either early morning hours or late night hours, which will be okay.
Mhm. So, like since we would be having these virtual classes, it would be online. You can join from anywhere as far as you're okay with the timings.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, if we don't have any further questions, like I have a small PPT just to give an introduction about VIM, what is VIM and all. I think few of you are already aware about it, few are new to VIM. So I'll just give a quick introduction to the tool. Okay. Now, VIM stands for Vendor Invoice Management. Okay. And this is an open text tool. When I say open text AG is an organization or a company who has developed this tool. Okay, so they own the tool, they are the product company, and they have developed this tool as a process or automation tool for vendor invoice management. What is vendor invoice management? I hope you all are aware, like whenever you purchase something from anyone, that is termed as a vendor or a supplier, and when you purchase something, you they will issue an invoice. So in a larger organization, there is a lot of processes which needs to be followed, so as to avoid any kind of what we can say is challenges like double payment or any fraud invoices, incorrect invoices kind of thing. Those can be avoided. So there is a process through which the invoices are processed. Okay, so that is vendor invoice management. As I said, this is an open text tool and uh, open text has a lot of other products like ECM, which is ECM is one of the tool which they have developed earlier, and then they have developed a lot of other tools also further. VIM is one of the tool which they have developed. So now VIM is something which is one of the market leader in this area on the vendor invoice management. There are a few other tools, but OpenText VIM is having the largest footprint, we can say. Okay, so looking at that, SAP has also partnered with OpenText. So now OpenText and SAP are partnered together. With the new versions of SAP in S/4HANA, OpenText invoice management is something which is being marketed by SAP as well to go with VIM for invoice management as a tool for it. So SAP has stopped developing anything on the invoice management as a tool, and they have partnered with OpenText to have this invoice management tool. Okay. Now, to talk on the tool itself, it is a bolt-on system, bolt-on SAP system. So it's a solution which is a bolt-on solution. Now, what do you mean by bolt-on solution? Is say I'll give you a very raw analogy. Is you have a plate or a base on which you can screw in or put a nut and bolt and add something addition to it. Okay, so that is how this solution is built on, where you have the base of SAP solution, the SAP itself, and on top of that SAP solution, the VIM solution can be bolt on. Okay, uh, it has two things to it. One, it is tightly integrated with SAP's processes. Okay, and secondly, it is compatible with different versions of SAP. So that is why it is termed as a bolt-on solution. So that and the second part of bolt-on solution, it is that it is an optional. So it is not mandatory to have it, but people prefer to have it, so because of its advantages basically. Okay, it requires a separate license since it is a separate solution not offered from SAP, it is offered from OpenText. So you have to procure a separate license for VIM solution. Okay. Any questions so far?
So Sachin, this supports ECC as well as S4 HANA system, right?
Yes.
So the classes would be on ECC or S4 HANA system.
See, the training will happen on ECC system. The training system we have is on ECC. We don't have the S/4HANA training system available. Okay. But having said that, the core solution, the vendor invoice solution, is same for ECC and S/4HANA. There is no change in that part. There is a change on the part of where you have Fiori applications available or the OCR solution. So those are different additions, but the core solution still remain the same.
So will you show some transactions in Fiori apps as well? Oh.
As I said, like we have the training system on ECC. So I'm sorry, but we won't be able to show you the Fiori transactions. But as I said, like the Fiori transactions, what you have, or the Fiori apps which you have for VIM, okay, are standard Fiori app, and there is not much, nothing to do as such. It is just more, just kind of an activation. Okay, so OpenText provides you the catalogs available. Standard catalogs are available. Standard tiles are available. So when you install the Vim packages, you get all that along with the package itself. And since those are standard open text apps, you don't have anything to customize there.
So you mean predefined tiles already
Yes,
it will
yes,
come.
correct, correct. Predefined
Okay.
tiles will come, predefined catalogs will come, predefined groups will come. All those are predefined. So you just have to add those catalogs into your roles, and those tiles will be visible to the users. There is nothing, no customization possible in that.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Sachin, one more question. So I heard like the future is like on SIM, like central invoice management. Is this something related with VIM or it is separate procurement module? Do you have any information on that?
No, sorry, I have not heard on central invoice management. We like from SAP side, what you have is central finance and central procurement, which is a separate part, which has nothing to do with the invoice management. And from the invoice management perspective, you have something called as we can say like sorry, you can have a distributed system or a single system. Okay, so that is something a different concept, and we will be dealing with the distributed system and single system, both these both kind of configurations in vim. So in the distributed system, basically you have one central instance and others are satellite instances, and through the central instance you basically deal with all the processes, and the postings happens into your satellite systems.
Okay. So this module we need to add add-ons to practice something at home or something like that in IDAS tool.
See, Vim, as I said, it is a licensed tool. So
Okay.
you cannot practice it directly because it won't be available. You need to have a license to have to log into Vim and install it. Basically, to log into SAP, it is same SAP login, but you need to install the components related to OpenText Vim. And for getting those components, you need to have the license. But not to worry, we will be providing you the access to the test system where you can log in and you can practice the vim concepts what we will be learning during the course.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any more questions?
Is it only training or any kind of placement also?
It's a training, we do not support the placement part. Yeah, but like if you have any queries, questions, yes, surely we will be discussing. It's not that we are strictly restricted only to the conceptual discussion during these sessions. Okay. In case if you have any queries, if you are attending any interviews and you are being asked some questions, you are not able to answer those questions, or you have some additional queries related to those questions, we can surely take up those during these sessions. Okay, so that it would be
Okay,
helpful and useful for everyone.
okay. So
Okay,
how
I
the
will try
market
to
is now?
answer your.
So we need to claim 4 years experience or 3 years?
I didn't get you. Sorry.
How the calls are now? Because for fresher they don't hire it, right? At least we need to keep some experience, 3 or 4 years experience, right? So
Absolutely sorry, but as I said, like we do not support into the uh, placement part. I am not aware on that part. I won't be able to comment anything on that. As I said, like if you are attending any interviews, you are having any questions asked during the interview which you were not able to answer, or if you're having additional queries based on those questions, then I would try to answer based on my experience.
okay, okay,
We are not into the placement part of it, so supporting on the placement is something which is not in under our purview of this course. But still, as I said, like
no, no, no,
anything
I'm just
related
asking.
to
I'm
No, no,
just
no,
asking
that's
about the
fine.
market
Absolutely.
situation.
No, no, that's
Markets.
absolutely fine. As I said, like anything related to Vim, we can discuss in the sessions. So either it
Oh,
is asked during the interview or you're having your own queries or whatever it is, it's fine. Absolutely fine.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any more queries?
Can you explain the career with this open text
Career with
view
open
for
text Vim.
fresher? How it will be?
Uh, if
Yeah,
I have
like
understood you,
freshers are how they get calls, or else if any medium rates 3 to 4 years experience guy, or a lot of experience like 10 plus years, or like you 8 plus years experience in the
uh,
way, how it will
see,
be. You can
no, what is your overall experience? Will one of the criteria to get your CV sorted out. But when you're representing yourself as a Vim consultant, okay, then your relevant experience will be counted. Okay. Now, when I'm talking about relevant experience, they like as I have already shared, Vim is one of the niche area. You do not find people who know Vim in the market. There is very high demand for Vim. Okay, so as soon as you would see the difference. As soon as you add Vim in your profile, you will start getting additional calls. Okay, Vim is very much in demand nowadays in market. And the if you talk from the career wise, I what I understand is you're looking for what kind of job profile you can get with Vim. So since as I said, like we are talking about Vim consultant, obviously now both the ways, like if you are an FICO consultant or a P2P consultant, you can go as a Vim consultant. And if you're an ABAP consultant, still you can go as a Vim consultant, because Vim is an area where you need it's kind of a techno-functional solution. So if you are a functional consultant, you can learn Vim and you go as a Vim consultant. And if you are an ABAP consultant, still you can go and work as an Vim consultant, because Vim needs both the expertise, ABAP as well as functional. So both areas. Uh, like if you are a functional consultant, you would have to learn a little bit about ABAP, and if you are a ABAP consultant, you would have to learn a little bit about the functional consultants, functional part of it. Anyways, we will be covering both the part during the sessions. Okay, we'll be covering the processes from a functional point of view, which would be helpful anyways for both the functional consultants and ABAP consultants. And we'll be covering a little bit on the technical part as well, which will be helpful for functional consultants to learn on the ABAP part.
be right. Thank you.
And what about AP end user? Because I'm working as end user, so can I manage if I
Yeah.
learn the Vim?
Yes. See, as an AP end user, right? When you say you are an AP end user,
Yes.
I assume you are an AP end user on SAP system itself, right?
Yes.
So you already
Yes.
know the SAP part of it. You know the SAP transaction. You know the process. So you are,
Correct.
uh, I would say, you are as good as a functional consultant. Okay. Obviously, the functional consultant will know a little bit more about the configuration, okay, which is carried out in
Okay.
SAP. You are not aware on those configuration. You may be, you may not be. Okay. So anyways, we will be covering the configuration part required for Vim. Okay. So
Okay.
that will cover your things.
Okay.
Okay. Any other queries?
It's a daily 1 hour session or 2 hour session, Sachin?
It would be 1 hour every day. Monday to Friday. Not daily, I would say. Monday to Friday. Weekdays, 1 hour.
Okay, okay. So how do you see Vim in 5 years, Sachin? It's demand is increasing or? So how it
Yes,
is?
its demand is increasing and it will keep increasing. As I said, SAP earlier, it was working to build a invoice management solution, but after they have partnered with OpenText, they have stopped the investment on that area. And for invoice management, vendor invoice management, it is only them. So you will surely have demands.
What is the duration of this course?
Duration of the course, as I said, like it would be 1 hour session every day. Okay. And if you are
Mhm.
asking from the time bound, like would it be 1 month, 2 month? Then, as I said, like as I'm doing as a part of the hobby, my intention is to pass on the knowledge as far as possible and make or enable you guys to understand the concept. So I'm not time bounding myself that I have to cover all the concept within a month or within 45 days. Otherwise, I won't be able to justify or give justice to the concepts. If someone is not able to understand the concepts, and if I have that limitation on the time bound, then we won't be able to discuss those particular concepts in detail. Okay. So I'm not time
Okay.
bounding anything as such. For the duration of the course, we would be covering all the concepts and we would be clarifying all the concepts in the sessions. So as far as anyone has any doubt on any of the concept, we will continue the discussion and close the concept only when everybody has understood the concept.
Okay. Okay. And fee?
Okay, can you show
Course
the,
fee also.
Sorry.
What is the course amount total?
Sorry, I am on the training part, so Subbu would be able to comment on that. Subbu, you there in this session? Maybe you can connect with Subbu. Subbu will be able to help you on that part, the fees part.
Okay. Thank you.
yeah,
Subbu looks
can
actually.
you explain the,
Subbu, sorry.
yeah, can you explain the syllabus and course details?
Yeah, I will go to through. Okay. Uh, so
Yeah,
basically, just to what I was sharing was that Subbu looks into the admin part. So fees or like scheduling the sessions and all that is all looked by Subbu, and I look into the course delivery part of it. So I am onto the content delivery.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, please go ahead. Course.
Yeah. Any more questions? Okay, if there are no more questions, then we quickly go with the further part. So VIM solution, what is the VIM solution? As I have already shared a few features about it. Okay, so
Yeah, can you
it is
share this? Are you recording this session?
this session is getting recorded.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, after every session is completed, you can share this record also. Right?
Yep, the sessions will be recorded and the video links can be shared. Subbu, as I said, like admin part is looked by Subbu. So session scheduling, session recording is all managed by Subbu. He will be sharing the
Yeah,
links.
yes, yes, fine. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, please go on.
So Vim solution, it is an out of the box solution. As I said, like it's a bolt on system. So you have when you procure the license from OpenText or from SAP, you can procure license from both ways. Okay, you get uh, uh, packages to be installed. So those packages are installed by the basis team, and along with the packages, so this solution comes as a pre-configured solution. So the basic solution or the basic configuration is already provided along with the package itself. So if your organization is not having any complex scenarios, okay, then you can use it as out of the box solution. As soon as it is installed, you can start using it. There is no separate configuration required if there are no any complex or specific or peculiar scenarios for use. Okay, so then it has automation and collaboration. So as a, automation in the sense like to understand the automation part, I will discuss further on how the invoice processing cycle works in general, and then how VIM will help in automating and collaborating this. Okay, direct access to information. So the information which is available to the users is restricted by rules in SAP, and on top of that, in VIM there are additional roles created. So these are not the user access rules, but there are different roles defined within VIM, and that those rules are used to control the information and action within VIM. So the users would be able to see only the relevant data and will be able to take the relevant actions. Machine learning and AI, uh, VIM, as I said, like the core VIM solution remains the same. Now, in addition to the core VIM solution, there are other solutions like OCR solution. Okay, so there OpenText provides OCR solution as well. The ICC was the earlier version, then it came BCC, and the latest is IES. Okay, Intelligent Extraction Services. So in these OCR areas, OpenText has machine learning and AI implemented, which helps in very good recognition rate for OCR and training of the invoices. ECM integration or integration to other uh, s- tools. So OpenText is very flexible and can be integrated with ECM solution. Okay, which is also one of the OpenText solution. You can use Archive Core solution for archiving part. That there also OpenText has a service available offering from OpenText. So all this can be integrated. If you are using OpenText OCR solution IES, it can be integrated very well. If you are using any other OCR solution, or if you are using any other SRM service like Basware or Ariba, those also can be very well integrated with VIM. So it is very flexible and integration is very easy. Okay, what are the benefits? Why any organization should go for VIM? So basically, when we go for invoice processing, it is more manual, more error prone. Okay, and there are possibility of fraudulent invoices or duplicate invoices or incorrect invoices getting posted. Right. So to control all those, this is an automated workflow based solution. So it accelerates your operations. Okay, so the overall time required, turnaround time for processing an invoice reduces significantly once you have VIM process settled and streamlined. So it accelerates overall operations, boost the productivity and revenue. So again, productivity improves as the turnaround time per invoice reduces, so your productivity increases. And the revenue part comes as, like, as I said, like if the productivity improves, the number of invoices processed per day per person increases. That way it reduces the cost as well, right? So if the organization was requiring 10 people to process 100 invoices earlier, might need 2 or 3 people or 4 people to process the same number of invoices. Thus the cost is reduced. Okay, as we say, like a penny saved is a penny earned. So that way, if the cost is reduced, your revenue is improved. Compliance and prevent fraud. So compliance part is in lot of countries there are a lot of compliances like e-invoicing, etc. So OpenText provides solution for e-invoicing as well. It can be very well integrated. The VIM solution can be very well integrated with the e-invoicing solution offered by SAP. Okay, so that helps in compliance. In addition to that, normal auditing which is required for the organization, there also, since it is an automated solution, everything is very well documented and captured. So all the details are available within the system and within the process flow. So that helps in the compliance part of the compliance part for the organization. And prevent the fraud, as I said, like it is an automated solution, a workflow based solution, so everything is recorded, reviewed, and it avoids or prevents the fraud. any incorrect invoices will obviously get verified and it will get stuck at due checking points. Okay, so it won't go through. Profit from out of the box approach, as I said, it can be used out of the box. So as soon as it is procured, you can start using, and which helps in basically harvesting the benefits from the day one itself. Okay, so this is the typical invoice process flow. Okay, normally you get an invoice from the vendor or the supplier. Okay, it can be in a digital format, as in a PDF copy over an email, or it could be a physical printed invoice, right? So once the invoice is received, then there would be some person who will be doing the data entry part, who will be keying the invoice data. Then the same person will validate, and on top of, somebody else will review the data. If everything is correct, that person will apply different checks to see if everything is correct, and then it will go for posting further, right? And the documents get posted in the system. So this is a normal process of invoice. Now, in the part of validate metadata and business rule checks, there might be different scenarios where some information is required to be corrected, some information is required which is missing and it is required. So there you have interaction with different people, and that becomes a kind of bottlenecks most of the time, where the invoice processing gets stuck, that you are trying to reach out to someone, someone is not available, then you miss out, you start something else. Since it is a manual task, there are chances of missing out the invoices or causing delay in the invoice processes. Okay, here your VIM automation will help a lot. Okay, now we come to VIM process. So scan paper invoices, or the invoice part, first scanning. Okay, now if you receive a PDF image, or if you receive a printed invoice, you can scan the invoice in a scanner, and from there your VIM process will start. Okay, from the first step itself. Okay, as I said, like OCR solution is available. So if you use the OCR solution, then your manual data entry all is also eliminated. You don't have to key in the data manually. It it will go to the OCR solution. OCR solution will do the extraction, etc., and the data will be pre-populated in your VIM invoice. Next is the validation, the validate metadata. So in VIM we have something called as business rules or business checks, which are implemented as per business requirement. So we use there are a lot of business rules available as a standard open text solution itself. Okay, which covers the best practices across the industry, and you can utilize those. In case if you want some additional business checks, you can create your own business checks as well, business rules or business checks. And using those business rules or business checks, the data in your invoice is validated. If any of the check fails, then the invoice cannot be processed further. Thus it avoids any fraudulent invoice or any incorrect invoice processing further. Okay, secondly, as I said earlier, that whenever any information is missing or incorrect and you need intervention of some third person, okay, somebody else, so that time in a manual process, either you will maybe earlier it used to be where peon will carry your invoice to the person and get the comments from the person on the invoice itself, printed invoice. Nowadays people use technology, so you might ping the person on a your communication tool, either it is Skype for business or maybe MS Office or something like MS Teams. You ping someone and get that information, or you send an email and then wait for the response from the. Okay, these are the conventional method to reach out a person. In VIM you don't have to use those methods. What happens is, as soon as you apply business rule checks, Okay, business rules checks will carry out all those checks and based on the output of the checks. See, for example, if the tax data is incorrect, okay, your tax check is failing, the invoice is automatically redirected to the tax experts. You don't have to ping a person or send an email or something. The invoice automatically gets redirected to the tax expert, and then it lies in their queue, so that the people can see that there is something in their queue. They will check the they will open the invoice, take the necessary action and submit it back. As soon as the necessary corrective action is taken, all your business rules are passed, it automatically goes for the approval. So it's not that the next person will add their comments or give their required information, it will come back to the processor, then the processor has to send it for approval. No, as soon as they submit, it automatically goes to the approver. So that way there is an automation in the process itself, and it helps in saving the process time, improves the productivity. After all the business rules are okay, it goes for approval. Now approver will validate all the data and approve the data, approve the invoice. And once the invoice is approved, only then it gets posted in SAP. Until the invoice is approved, nothing is getting posted in SAP. That way your SAP system is safe, nothing, no fraudulent things come into picture. Okay, and your invoice is duly verified in double verified, once through your automated checks business rules, and secondly manually by the approver, and then it gets posted into SAP system. Okay, now I hope you understand the process what I was talking about in improvement in productivity, reducing the turnaround time, the automation. Does that give more clarity towards it?
Yes, Sachin.
Yeah, thanks for the response.
Yes, Sachin, it's good.
Yeah. Now, the other part which I was talking, that when the invoice is being processed, okay, at every stage the data is captured and processed. So the, so like for the invoice processor, the indexer is processing the invoice. He sends the invoice for some information to someone else, or the, based on the business checks, if the invoice is going to someone else, maybe a duplicate checker or maybe a tax expert. Okay, all this is automatically captured in the history. Okay, it gets captured in the history. So from your compliance point of view, you have a complete audit log available for every invoice getting processed. Whoever is approving the invoice, whatever comments are given by them during the approval, everything is captured, and this creates a log. Okay, this log is available with every invoice. So from that way your compliance part is met, your auditing part, any question which auditor might raise are already available to answer. Okay, so that way it helps in the compliance part as well. Now talking a little bit more about the, if you see the major part here, what we talk about the process. Okay, this is the core solution of open text. Okay, that is vendor invoice management core solution. Okay, along with this there are some other components which are optional. Okay, and it can be used from open text offerings, or you can use any other service provider as well. So one of them is archive server. Okay, so every invoice is getting archived. Okay, every invoice is archived. Now when you have a physical copy, you scan it, convert into a PDF, and that PDF will be archived and stored. If you receive PDF copy on an email, that invoice also will be archived. You receive any invoice through any mode, that will be archived. Okay, so that archival helps again from compliance point of view, from audit point of view. That is one of the solution which OpenText provides. Okay, OpenText archive server. So it can be used from OpenText, or you can use any other archive server. that also is fine. So vim supports both the things. Either you use open text archive server or use any other archive server. Either it is open text archive server, ixos archive server, or sap server, anything is fine. Okay. The second solution is the ocr solution, which is also an optional part of it. Okay. So ocr nowadays is a very much known to everyone. It is optical character recognition. Okay. So it extracts the data from any image, either it is a jpg, tif, pdf. It extracts the data from the image, and that image, based on that image processing data extracted, it identifies which data belongs to which field. Okay. So date will be automatically extracted and pre-populated into the date field. Invoice number will be captured into invoice number field, so on and so forth. So this ocr solution or ocr service is also provided by opentext. You can use opentext ocr services, or you can use any other ocr services as well, and vim can be integrated with that ocr service. Either it is vim, either it is opentext service or any other service. Advantage of having opentext service is uh, it is tightly integrated with the vim solution. Since vim is designed, very much designed for sap system, and the opentext ocr services are also designed for supporting vim, they are tightly integrated and have a lot of ease in using it. Okay. If you use any third party ocr or any other ocr, that also can be integrated with vim. There is no doubt about it. Okay. But you don't get the support on the OCR tool from OpenText on it. You have to reach out to the third party, and when you integrate with the third party, it is a little bit challenging as compared to the OpenText. Since if you have one vendor, like if you have all the services from OpenText itself, they would provide you end-to-end support. Right? If you have a third party intervention in between, there will always be a break in the support part of it. Right? So these are the two solutions which are part of our vendor invoice management process, and offerings are there from OpenText, or you can use any other service as well. This is the typical process flow which I was showing now, that your invoice comes in a physical printed format. You scan the invoice, convert into a digital image, or you receive an image over an email in a digital format. Both are converted into pdf digital format and then stored into archive server. Okay. If you have the ocr, it will go, the archived image will be sent to the ocr server for the extraction, and then after the data is extracted, it will come to the sap system. Okay, for processing it further. Now, there are other ways also, like e-invoicing or iDocs, where you receive the information in pure digital format, in the sense where you receive the information. There is no image involved in between. You directly have the information available. I mean to say, like you have invoice date, invoice number, PO number, etc., etc., amount. All those fields are directly given you in a digital format, or maybe like a idoc format, or it is an xml format. So that if you receive invoice in that terms, that can also be processed within vim solution. Vim has that option available. You activate that option during the configuration, and it can be processed in vim. Further, it can be classified as a po invoice or a fi invoice, or you can term it as a non-po invoice. Right? Fi invoice is a non-po invoice, so there is no p2p process involved in the fi invoice. For the PO invoice, it will follow the P2P process. The invoice verification part, three-way match will come into picture. So it will follow the same P2P process. Since it is a standard SAP process, that will be followed here. VIM is a bolt-on solution, so it uses the same architecture of SAP and the processes of SAP. So it follows the three-way match and all. And if everything is okay, the invoice is posted and released for payment. In FI invoices, it will go for approval, and post approval it will get posted as an FI invoice. Okay. These are different, I would say, like a few concepts I have tried to put it into one slide, which are required as a base for starting with the VIM. Okay, DP document type is something is a VIM document type or DP document type, whatever term you have heard about or used it. Okay, so this is one of the key concept or the central concept, and there are a lot of things which are linked to this DP document type. I've tried to depict here how different concepts will basically be linked to this DP document type, and what are the significance in a very short uh, line kind of thing. So similar to this, there are a lot of other concepts which we will be discussing during the course. Okay, and we will be learning all those in details. Okay, I will take a break here. If you have any questions, please shoot out. Okay, and if you do not have any questions, then I will quickly show you the course content or what all concepts we will be covering in the course. Okay, so that is in Excel format. So I will show that Excel to you what all we will be covering. So please, if you have any questions or queries related to what we are going to learn and all that, please go on.
Sachin, like,
Yeah, I don't have any.
yeah, maybe I have one question. So is okay to ask?
Yes, please, please.
Yeah. So vendor invoice management is only for the vendor invoices, or like I heard, like beyond invoices, it will support for sales orders or.
Yes. So see, as I said, like OpenText has developed solutions over a period. So they have started with ECM, then they developed VIM, then they developed OCR. So similarly, along now further they are developing something called as beyond invoice solutions. Okay. So when you go for a license, there are different licenses. So you have a separate license for beyond invoices, and when you procure the license, when you install it, okay, so there are two solutions from three solutions, I would say three different licenses, three different solutions. Okay, one is for OCR, one is for your foundation VIM or the vendor invoice management, and third is your beyond invoices. Okay, now people say it is VIM beyond invoices. I won't say it is VIM beyond invoices, but it is open text beyond invoices. Okay, because VIM itself stands for vendor invoice management. Okay, it does not have sales process in it, it is purely P2P process. Okay, but OpenText along with VIM has beyond invoice solution. So OpenText is using terminology as OpenText OCR services, OpenText invoice management, or OpenText vendor invoice management or invoice solutions, and OpenText beyond invoice solutions. So beyond invoice solution is a offering from OpenText, where you have a solution for sales orders and basically O2C process. Okay. In our course, we will be covering only on the P2P process, not on the O2C process.
Yeah, okay, Sachin, but whatever the access you can provide, we have to access all the beyond also, right?
No, as I said, like we in the course we are covering only on the vendor invoice management. So the access to the test server which you will also have only vendor invoice management, not beyond invoices. Sorry, your voice is not clear. Is it only me or everyone is facing the same thing?
I can hear you, Sachin.
No, I was not able to hear uh, the question or maybe the response on my answer. Okay,
Hello.
I'm not sure who had this. Yes, hi Deva.
Yeah, sorry, I have some network issues. If we want that for practice license for beyond invoice solutions also, you can provide or not.
No, as I said, like we are only into vendor invoice management, not into beyond invoice solutions. Okay, and like licenses, if you want to procure license, it's not that easy. I won't say not easy, but it's not that cheap. Okay, it's very costly license, and we don't have that license available with us.
Oh, okay, okay. As I said, I am working for O2C beyond invoice solution. Okay.
I understand you are
So one
working
more
for.
thing, O2C process and this thing, remittance advice also in future maybe we will for that one. So I'm planning to learn remittance advice also. Yeah, it's okay. No issue. Thank you.
See, future I cannot comment anything, but for now we are having this class for vendor invoice management. In future, maybe we may also extend it to the further for beyond invoice solution, but for now it is not there. Sorry, sorry to say.
That's all.
Okay,
Thank you.
so I will share. This is the content course what we are going to cover during our sessions. Okay, so basic knowledge of SAP, which is required, which covers your like basic basis knowledge of workflow admin, basic AP process or MM process. Okay, and I think like all of us are having this basic knowledge available in the sessions, in the class what we are having right now. Um, and if there is something which we are not aware, anyways, we will be covering these processes, so we can cover those during these sessions. Okay, if you're not aware about any process or any concept, we can cover those during the sessions. After that, we will be covering all these concepts from VIM implementation point of view, how you can implement VIM, what all configurations would you need, right from archiving to roles, okay, to DP document creation, PO invoice processing, all the concepts required for PO invoice processing, non-PO invoice processing, invoice approval, okay, different channels through which you can get the invoices, the reports in VIM, background jobs for VIM, okay, and a little bit overview on the ICC, which is the OCR solution. Okay, as I have said earlier also, to be very like to give you a very transparent picture, this will be only overview on ICC. We won't be having any practical sessions on the OCR solutions. We do not have integration with the OCR solution, so it would be a theoretical overview session, and I will try to answer your queries if you have any based on my experience. Okay, I have worked on OCR solutions, different versions, ICC, BCC, and IES all. So I can answer those questions. But since we have limitation on the practice server, since we do not have this OCR solution with us, so I cannot show you practically a demo on the OCR part. So I will try to cover whatever possible on the overview on the theoretical part, and whatever is available on the SAP side, I can show that part, that configuration on the SAP side. But on the OCR side, or the something which is required on the OCR server, that is something which we won't be able to cover.
Sachin, can you share this file to WhatsApp?
This session is anyways recorded, so you can take the recording. You will have all this, right? So any questions on the content of the course?
Yes, actually, when are we planning to start this batch actually? Is there any tentative timeline or our schedule will be? notify me.
We start date and time we can communicate to you once we have the confirmation on who all are joining and what is the comfortable time for them. So like whichever is suitable for all of us or maximum of us, that would be the time and start date. So that is something which will come once we have a confirmation from you all guys. Who will communicate to you. Okay. We are ready from our side. We are ready to start a new batch. So once we get a confirmation from you guys, then we will be able to start a batch.
Yes, Sachin, one more question. So when I say I'm a fresher, so how long it takes to for me to go through all these courses? How many, like in a days or months? So I need to when after this demo session and all, like I need to go in depth. So for as a fresher, I can come to know that.
If I have understood your question, you're asking basically you are a fresher, and after you go
Yes,
through this course, how many more days would you need to understand the concepts or go through the details, right? Is my understanding
yes,
correct?
yes,
See,
yes.
during our course itself, you will get all the details. So, like, it is you don't have to go through more details after the sessions. Okay, during the sessions itself, we will be going through all the details. We will be having a thorough course where you will be will be teaching all the concepts in detail to you. Okay, and you will be provided with access to a test server where you can practice. So this all will happen as a part of the course itself.
Okay, fine. This test server kind of thing, how long will get access to us? Like,
uh, until you will have the like until we have this course. So once the course is ending, the access will be revoked.
fine. If we require more about this testing and also in such cases, what we need to do?
You mean to say you need access to the test server additionally?
Yes, 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 yes. For additional. Suppose we need to practice more. So in such
If
cases,
you want to practice more in such case, maybe like I would have to check. Say we did not have any such case so far. Okay. Normally, people
okay,
who are see, we have conducted like many batches so far. Okay, people who are along with us. So either they get placed into the organization where they are working on them, or they get into a project where they are working into them. So once they start working, they like whatever we have taught during the course, they are able to apply there, and they have access to the system available from the organization. So nobody has so far asked for additional access, okay, to the test server. I
okay,
would
okay,
need to
fine.
check this with Subbu.
Okay, thanks, Sachin.
See, once VIM is added into your profile, you will surely get additional calls for your interviews and all. And if you're not looking for a switch, like if you're working for any of the organization, there anyways you will be able to apply this knowledge and uh, utilize this part of it. Okay, we have many success stories where people have like uh, after the course they were able to crack the interviews, get into different organizations, and similarly there are people who have utilized this knowledge and have collected accolades from their seniors in the existing project and all. Okay, any questions more?
We want this content. Can you share this content?
Sharing, okay, I will check with Subbu. Okay, as I said, like, see, I am only into the delivery part, so rest all like sharing the video links or sharing any content is with Subbu. Okay, I'll ask Subbu to share this part of it, like if this can be shared or not, or whatever it is. I'll ask Subbu. Subbu will give you an update on this part. Any more questions?
Question?
Sorry.
No, no, we don't have any question.
Okay. Okay. Okay, it was good time to talk to you all and interact with you all. Okay, so if there are any more, if there are no more questions, okay, then we will close this session, and you guys can give a confirmation to Subbu uh, with yours suitable time. As I've given you, I have already shared there are two slots, 8:30 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. Okay, with your suitable slot you can share the confirmation with Subbu, and then accordingly we will plan a batch. Okay.
Okay, Sachin.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you all.
Thank you.